but I'll try. Hello and happy Monday. Hopefully, wherever you are, you're having a little less of a dose of the Mondays than me and what seems to be most people hanging out with me in my shop today. So I'll give it a few minutes, see if anybody wants to come hang out, talk about making a lover's cordial and all the yummy stuff that could go into that. I've actually already made mine, but I'm gonna go through the ingredients and share them with you and talk about why they're in there. So when you show up, say hello, let me know what you're sipping on. I'm sipping on a special little blend I made for a friend of mine's mother who was in recovery from COVID and needed a lot of extra nutrition and love going on into her. So let me know what you're sipping on. If you're here, I'd love to hear about it. And I'll start talking about lovers cordials. So I'm totally not a Valentine's Day chick. I don't know if you guys are. It's something where I've been like, if some guy gets me a heart-shaped box of chocolates and some chemical-laden chintzy roses from somewhere, I'm probably going to be pretty chapped and know that I'm on my way out of that relationship. So, fortunately, Chris hasn't done that. We're going on almost 11 years. So that's really, really cool. But I created this lover's cordial recipe a few years back, and it's really, really delicious. So it's great to find any time to come together and make it happen again. So, and basically like a cordial, for those that you don't know, it's kind of a fancy liqueur or cocktail that you can make, and you can add some herbs to it that might have some lovely aphrodisiac properties. I really focused heavily on the heart healthy properties, because without a healthy heart, how the heck are you gonna love well, right? So the first ingredient I used in my lover's cordial is hawthorn. And I love hawthorn for all things heart. It is very well known for opening the heart to giving and receiving of love. It's also known to be really great for a grieving heart. So somebody that might be dealing with the loss of a loved one or something along those lines. But we're putting it into this cordial for the purpose of spreading love, opening that heart up to the giving and the receiving of love. Hawthorn's got a whole lot of other greatness going on for it in the realm of heart health, but we're talking about a lover's cordial today. So I'll try not to babble on that for too long. But again, a healthy heart is going to make a much happier world and life and love. So that's really essential. Another of the herbs I put in this particular recipe is Damiana. This one has been really popular for quite a long time. It was used in northern Mexico and in the Mayan region since prehistoric times even. Its first mention as an aphrodisiac is from 1699, which I think is quite a long time ago to be talking about an herb as an aphrodisiac. So you can smoke the Damiana, you can make it as a tea, you can do a cold infusion, or you can put it into a cordial like I'm going to tell you about today. It's been known as like the love drug, especially in the 60s and 70s. It was really commonly used amongst the hippie crowd. It was regarded as like this legal high that they could get, and people would use it to substitute for tobacco and for marijuana, and they really loved it for its light euphoric effects. Hi, Ashley. Great to see you. I'm glad you're here, and thank you for saying hi. Yeah, so Damiana exactly is its claim to fame is as an aphrodisiac. They're really, as an herb and an herbal medicine, it has a lot more to offer than that. That's one thing to remember about these beautiful plants is there's so much more than what they're known for. I think we as a society like to say, oh, this one worked for this one person and somehow it got spread far and wide, and now that's what that herb's all about. Damiana is much more than that. It's actually great for the respiratory tract in various situations as well. And it's known to increase blood flow and therefore oxygen to the genitals. So that can be really exciting. And it also is really nice to be bringing blood flow to the lower abdomen. Women can use it to help alleviate menstrual cramps too. So good stuff. Good stuff. Hey, Trish, I'm glad you're here. I'm so happy to see you all the time when that happens. The other ingredient I put into my lover's cordial is blueberries because they are really wonderfully rich in anthocyanins or flavonoids. They're a very heart-healthy berry. They promote healthy blood pressure, and they help to make your blood vessels have greater elasticity. Let's see. And I love them. Really, that's why I put blueberries in. It's a great combination for the rest of the blend here. And then I use some cinnamon, and the cinnamon is really great for circulatory health as well. It can promote blood flow to the extremities. So think of your fingers and your toes. I haven't read anywhere or done the research, but I do think of extremities also as the genitals. So maybe it's bringing more blood flow there, which is going to bring more sensation and feeling, which is exciting. And then the other ingredient I put in there are roses, which, as you all know, is a universal symbol of love and very commonly known for its sweet perfumes. Roses have been a symbol of love between women and men and men and women for hundreds of years. It's known as the scent of the gods, and that the essences of rose make excellent aphrodisiac perfumes and scents for erotic locations and such. Who doesn't love a good bunch of roses? It was even said that the wild rose had sprung up where the tears of Aphrodite fell as she cried for Adonis. And it's not only the source of the scent of the goddess of love, but also it's just got a very, very rich history as a popular folk medicine. They also say that the red color of the musk rose is reminiscent of the blood flow that will go to the skin of lighter toned skinned people when we get all rosy and flush when we're excited or turned on by someone or something. Another thought about the rose in there. And then the thorns on the rose are talked about to evoke the pain of love and love sickness, reminding us that suffering and pleasure often go hand in hand. So yeah, that's what I put in there. Roses have also been talked to be a blood mover with an affinity for the reproductive system, which is pretty sweet also. So this is a quick one today. I just wanted to bring something on so you could make something special for yourself or whoever you may love and make yourself a super yummy cordial. The ingredients for this is where you'll want a pen and paper if you want to copy the recipe. I did 2 parts of hawthorn berries. I did 1.5 parts of hawthorn leaf and flower. And when I talk parts, that means if you're measuring with a cup, you do 2 cups. If you're measuring with a cup and you do 1.5 parts, you do 1.5 cups. If you're doing it with ounces, same thing. So whatever your part is what you'll go with. And then I did 1.5 parts Damiana leaf, 1 part blueberries, 1 part cinnamon sticks, powder, chips, whatever you may need. And then I did 1/2 part of the rosebuds. For me, I don't like the excessive floral flavor of roses. Some people may absolutely love it. And with all those lovely aphrodisiac properties and history and background, it may be definitely the jam for you. So this is just a fun recipe you're welcome to play with. I also added in some honey. You could do some maple syrup if you don't do honey. And then I put that all in this jar. And then I filled the jar with some brandy. You could also use some apple cider vinegar if you don't want any alcohol in there. It's going to be a little bit of a different taste and flavor profile. And obviously it's going to be alcohol free, which does have a tendency to loosen people up and get them in the mood a bit. Me, it makes me want to fall asleep, but that's a whole different scene. Yeah, so you just take all those ingredients, you're going to put them in a jar, you're going to fill it up with the brandy or the apple cider vinegar, and you're going to shake it every day with lots and lots of love, and then you will strain it. You know, we're a week away from Valentine's, so you could definitely strain it on Sunday, or just take some sips on Sunday and then let it sit for another 2 to 3 weeks and see what you think. Was it better this Sunday, or would it be better the next week, or the week after that? You could play with it. I would also consider adding, like, you could add cacao, raw cacao, great aphrodisiac properties there. You can get really funky and play with it and get really creative. I know that was a pretty short medicine making Monday. I think it goes along with my case of the Mondays for today. I've totally had them all day. I don't know why. I tried to shake them. I tried to go for a couple of different walks. It didn't work. So hopefully you get a chance to head to your local herb shop and pick up some of the herbs we just chatted about and put them all in a jar and make a jar full of love for you and yours. If you have any questions for me right now, you are welcome to ask them. This is a great time. Yeah, I would love to hear from you. Here's a picture of how my cordial looked as I was making it. Can you guys see that well? It was so pretty putting it all together. Lots of great flavor in it too. And if you don't have any questions, I will let you guys know we are just opening up my Herbs for Optimal Gut Health course. I'm pretty excited about it. It's a 6-week course. We are diving deep into your digestive system and how it works. Because if you don't understand how it works, all of these herbs don't quite mean as much. You need to know what you're using the herbs for and why. So we start out with that, and then we go into several different categories of herbs you can use to improve your digestive health. And we talk about over 25 herbs throughout the whole program. It's going to be pretty spectacular. I'll be shooting out an email on that here real soon, and class starts next Monday already. So if you're somebody who deals with tummy upset and bloating and irritability and being tired, I feel that way today. I'm just going to call it Monday, though. You might want to check out the course, though. It's a pretty good one. And other than that, I don't see any questions rolling through, but I do really wish all of you an incredibly beautiful rest of your day. I'm going to take my kiddo to Taekwondo, and hopefully that ditches my case of the Mondays. For those of you, I see a few of you are just popping on. I did share some info on some aphrodisiac herbs that go great into this lovely little lover's cordial, a recipe I created several years back, and you can watch the replay of this video. But just so you know, I'll quickly go over, unless maybe a couple of you left. So 2 parts hawthorn berries, 1.5 part hawthorn leaf and flower, 1.5 parts damiana leaf, 1 part blueberries, 1 part cinnamon chips or sticks or powder, whatever you've got will be great. And then you're going to do about 1/2 part of the rosebuds. You're going to put that all into a jar, add a bit of honey. If you really like things very sweet, add lots of honey. If you don't add so much honey. You can also use maple syrup if that's your preference. And then you're going to pour some brandy over it, or you could also pour some apple cider vinegar over it. Then you're going to cap it. Shake it, label it, put your date on there, put your ingredients, because if you absolutely love it, you're going to want to remake it someday. And shake it with love every day. You can let it sit there for 1 to 6 weeks before you strain it. And then you have a lovely lover's cordial. You guys have a beautiful week. Take care of yourself so you can take care of each other. Bye.